just breathe. Fight for the power. Stand your ground, don't let it go. Fight for the power. Can't be scared when you're in the dark. You should never let the fear make you run away. Fire still burning for another day. Fight for the power.
Pushes it in.
Oh, he's got another one! He's got another one!
Oh, wow!
As that ball bounces across the middle, he is onside.
Strong last 4 minutes of the first half. Pause.
Let's go. Hey, when we get the ball back, punish them.
Traffic with the and one. Going right, passing left. There's a touchdown pass to Strickland.
Raise your flag or even the score. Take your shot, ready for more. Surrender, there is no other choice. Set my soul free, nah, nah. Light it up on fire. Bet on me, I got you. Pick a number.
Bassel with a block downfield, breaks the tackle, stiff arm.
Hope wins! An unbelievable comeback by the Dutch.
He turns that charm off. 1 second. One and at the
cheating. A well of the storm, I feel like a season. This type of drive could push Lamborghinis. So get yourself signed and have your own sneaker. I'm in the band, I'm pushing the meter. A legend like John for everyday people. I got the heart of a champion. I got the blood of a winner. I don't know how to be stagnant. I got way too much ambition. I keep on beating statistics. How would I be denied? My only option is winning. I'm crossing the finish line. I am the greatest. Nothing can stop me now. The time has come for me to take my crown. I am a champion. No one can slow me down. The world is mine. Once I cross the finish line, I'm number one. I put myself in a place where nothing can top me. I feel like I'm space. It's bigger than profit, but still I get paid. My thinking colossal, not minimum wage. Talk to the loss like I know the way. Stay on my job like who need a break? It wasn't possible. I heard them say, but I'm like MacGyver to all my mistakes. Running back home, now look at the bases. Been winning so long, I feel like a native. I got what you want, but you cannot take it. I do what you don't, cause I'm more creative. I put me on, no help for your favors. I'm breaking the mold to show you the flavors. I got control, you can't enable. I'm using my flaws to make me the greatest. I'm number one. I'm number one. I'm number one. Yeah, I'm number one. 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 Yeah, I'm number one. I'm number one. I am the greatest. Nothing can stop me now. The time has come for me to take my crown. I am a champion. No one can slow me down. The world is mine. Once I cross the finish line, I'm number one. I'm number one. I'm number one. Yeah, I'm number one. Once I cross the finish line, I'm number one. I'm number one. I'm number one. Yeah, I'm number one. I'm number one. I'm number one.
By his parents, Todd and Kim Rosinski. Matthew comes to Hope from Milford, Michigan, and is majoring in business with a minor in sports studies and communication. After graduation, Matthew plans to pursue a career in sports management. Matthew's favorite Hope men's soccer memory is making the NCAA national tournament last year. Matthew will miss hanging out with his teammates here at the Hope College Cookville House. Thank you, Matthew, for your commitment and service to the Hope men's soccer program. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Matthew Mrozinski. Number 22, Caden Chenlow. Caden is accompanied on the field by his mother, Mary Whiting. Caden is from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and is majoring in engineering with a mechanical concentration and a math minor. After graduation, Caden plans to move somewhere warm, work in the engineering field, and play pickup sports in his free time. Caden's favorite Hope men's soccer memory is beating #1 ranked and defending national champion, the University of Chicago. Caden is going to miss going to Bible study and chapel with his teammates. Thank you, Caden, for your commitment and service to the Hope men's soccer program. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Caden Chenlow. And finally, number 23, Russell Ebert. Russell is accompanied on the field by his parents, Sean and Chris Ebert. Russell is from St. Joseph, Michigan, and is majoring in mechanical engineering with minors in business and math. After graduation, Russell plans to get a job in the automotive or construction industry and run a marathon. Russell's favorite Hope men's soccer memory is beating DePaul in the national tournament. Russell will also miss going to chapel here at Hope College. Thank you, Russell, for your commitment and service to the Hope men's soccer program. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Russell Ebert. The Hope College men's soccer class of 2025-2026 is a group of men who have made an incredible impact not only on the field but off the field as well. They have a 4-year overall record of 39, 17, and 14, and an MIAA record of 17, 4, and 4. They were an integral part in leading the program to its highest national and top 10 ranking in over 25 years, the first MIAA championship in over 14 years, and the first NCAA national tournament victory in over 11 years. The Hope men's soccer program is grateful for these seniors, and we wish them all the very best of luck moving forward into the future. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for your Hope College men's soccer senior, Grant Hassenrick, Reese Brown, Matthew Mrozinski, Caden Chenlow, Jack McDaniel, Seth Walters, Alan Alcala, and Russell Ebert. Thank you, seniors.
Hello and welcome to the campus of Hope College in Holland, Michigan, here at Van Andel Soccer Stadium. We are here on senior night, Lance Pello, for an incredible game between the Hope College Flying the Dutchmen versus the Alma College Scots. The Scots. Another one of these rivalry games that are gritty. It feels like every time the Dutchmen play the Scots, it rains. So there's something going on.
There's got to be some sort of Scottish, ode from God looking at the weather. And I do believe this might be the first MIAA game where weather could be a factor. Not raining right now.
Oh, yeah.
It is raining right now. Yeah, as you can see.
Coming down.
Yep. We're going to have some sloppy soccer maybe. Hopefully the Dutchmen can be up to the task and work the ball around without worrying too much about that weather. But always, any MIAA competition is going to be hard-fought, very aggressive, and we hope that the Dutchmen, as always, come out on top.
The Dutchmen coming off a 2-1 victory against the previously unbeaten in conference Albion Britons on Saturday with a late goal from Evan Morrison, breaking the stalemate in the second half. Just a banger of a goal, took on a couple players, hit it in the upper corner, and won the game for the Dutchmen. Alma sits at 0-3-1 in the MIAA, but around 500 for the season. They've beaten some good teams, had some tough losses, but in these contests they are always good. It is senior night here, and it's going to be a big night. But we're going to turn it over to Darren Dystemars, our PA announcer, for starters and the national anthem.
The Scots of Alma College and your Hope College Flying Dutchmen. Here are tonight's starting lineups. First for the Scots of Alma College, a junior from Chesaning, number 00, Landon Soul. A sophomore from Morris, Illinois, number 2, Riker Anderson. A freshman from Hamilton, Ontario, number 3, Alexander Lopez. A junior from Zeeland, number 4, Caden Link. A junior from Holland, number 11, Fletcher Van Hau. A freshman from Gilbert, Arizona, number 12, Christian Cepeda. A sophomore from Fenton, number 18, Alex Zatelli. A senior from Auburn, number 21, Brendan Dorr. A sophomore from Holland, number 22, Caden Brummels. A sophomore from Saginaw, number 30, Mason Horwath. And a sophomore from Ho Chi Minh, Vietnam, number 34, Nhan Huang. Head coach for Alma College is Alistair Newby. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is the starting lineup for your Hope College Flying Dutchmen. A sophomore from Holland, number 0, Daniel Morgan. A junior from St. Joseph, number 4, Seth Walters. A freshman from Novi, number 5, Jack Lohman. A junior from Canton, number 8, Evan Morrison. A sophomore from Grand Rapids, number 9, Jackson Mindling. A junior from Naperville, Illinois, number 13, Josh Weigel. A senior from Ada, number 14, Grant Hassenreck. A sophomore from Wyoming, number 16, Benjamin Smitley. A junior from Park City, Utah, number 18, Evan Sandys. A senior from Grand Ledge, number 24, Matthew Davidson. And a sophomore from Holland, number 29, Owen Seidhamel. Head coach for the Flying Dutchman is David Blonick. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please rise. Gentlemen, if you would, please remove your caps. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin tonight's contest, just a special shout out to our Hope College anchor sponsors, including the Lighthouse Title Group, Lawrence and Vanderswart Financial Planning, Holland Hospital and Shoreline Orthopedics, the Holland BPW, Gentex, and the Borichter family. Thank you to our Hope College anchor sponsors.
And it's game time, Lance Pello. My name is Matt Margarone, Hope College soccer alum, 2003. I'm joined by Lance Pello, Hope College soccer alum.
99, last century, Matt.
99. 26 years. It's a special night here on the field. It is senior night.
Senior night.
A night that we get to celebrate some class acts that have gone through the program. Had last year one of the most successful seasons in a long time.
Yeah.
Getting to the second round of the tournament, finishing in the top 25. The seniors have a lot to be proud of, both on the field and off the field. Just incredible student athletes that we want to recognize. But now we get to game time, and it's the Alma Scots versus the Hope College Flying Dutchman. What are you looking for tonight here, Lance?
Let's go. Feels a bit like you're in the middle of a dishwasher out there with the wind and the rain, balls skipping. Keepers got to be minding their P's and Q's here on those longer shots. This is fall soccer in Holland, Michigan. Trees are changing in the back. Just fun to be at Van Andel Soccer Stadium for some MIAA soccer.
Yeah, Alma going from the left to the right. Hope College wearing the white with the orange shorts, some cool looking jerseys, and we have a number of players recruited from all over the country in this game, but we also have a lot of local players, fun to watch. Two players I got to coach in high school, which is really fun. Owen Seidhamel and Caden Brummels start out on the wings and backs for opposite teams, which is really, really fun for me. Seidhamel with the header there up to Jackson Midling, who's just had an unbelievable sophomore campaign, following up on his great fresh. Oh, a little awkward play there as that ball did not go quick enough back to the keeper. Seth Walters put on the high pressure. Another local player there, that's Fletcher Van Howe from Holland High School. Number 21 brings it down, passes it wide, and then that just goes out of bounds.
It's got to be some extra oomph in your game when you get to come home. When mom and dad are in the stands for you as an Alma Scot, I would imagine the juice is just a little bit sweeter for some of those players coming back home.
Yeah, correction. Fletcher Van Howe is number 11 on this right side. The number 21 is actually Brendan Dorr from Auburn, Michigan, another senior for the Alma Scots. Matt Davidson moves the ball back to Jack Lohman. Nice freshman player who's kind of solidified that center back spot, moved from the outside back into the center back, as hope's gone to a 4-back system with Smitley and Lohman in the back. Evan Zondes plays it wide to Grant Hassenrick, who drives at the defense in that wet. Weigels into the box, plays it across, and a great save there by the 0-0, Landon Sule, with a great save. It's actually Landon Soul.
That's a beautiful name for a goalkeeper, right? And the fitting jersey. What do we call that? That's baby diaper pink? I don't know what we've got going on over there. We've got a couple different colors of pink, too.
I don't know what type of diapers you had on your children, but
there's some pastels.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean, I'm sure Huggies has that color. Maybe if you went into the grocery store and found it.
Whatever it is, it looks good on him.
It sure does.
I think he wears it well. Landon Soul with a great save early on in that game. Alma been unable to really sustain that build in the midfield as it's sloppy out there, and Midland comes the other way. Davidson out here on this left wing wearing those gloves, driving at the defense, plays it into Midling. Oh, and it finds the inside corner. 2 minutes and 57 seconds in the game. It looked like Soul slipped on that play. And in the wet situation, that's a tough start for the Scots. But Midling again finishes.
Just on fire. He's been unstoppable these last several weeks, especially in the MIAA. My youngest son right here sitting next to me in the booth, that was his Hope College soccer camp coach.
Oh, let's go.
So he's always excited when Jackson puts one in the back of the net.
That's a big start for the Hope College Flying Dutchman, and Elma's going to look to try to respond quickly. Ball is played up the wing. Van Howe is dispossessed by Sighthamel, two former teammates at Holland High, which is kind of fun when you get to play your high school teammate in an MIAA matchup. Josh Weigel, the midfielder, 3-year starter and captain from Naperville, Illinois, just a force. He never stops moving. I heard that he ran around 10 miles one game in a 90-minute matchup a year ago. So just a guy that you can never stop watching. He just moves constantly. It's incredible.
Fitness is, something that a coach can't necessarily teach. Obviously, coaches are making sure that their boys are in fit shape and ready to go, as Hassenrick gives it back to the man of the match already, Jackson Midling. But yeah, when the motor doesn't stop, look, if I'm a wing back or a center defender and I see somebody just keep coming at me, I'm exhausted, and they never seem to tire.
Smitley with the header there, putting it up to Davidson. Davidson unable to get it. Nice little play by Van Howe. Sighthamel grabs him, and that's going to be a foul here on the sideline. The number 3, Alexander Lopez from Hamilton, Ontario, will take the kick here. He's looked speedy out on this right wing back position.
A couple international players for the Scots.
This ball is going to be played in long. Always a dangerous ball in this rain. See how that bounces, but Sondes comes down with it. He has tons of space in the transition here. Looked like Davidson was tripped up there and gone down, and there's an extra little slide with that water kind of settling on that field. It's something to watch out for. We want to watch for injuries in this game. We want to watch for skip balls, all sorts of things. It's fun to play in the rain, but it adds another factor to the game.
Yeah, always you want to put in your arsenal the sliding celebrations on wet nights. So a slide to the corner, you might find that later. Hopefully the Dutchman can try out a few of those celebrations here in the rain.
My senior year, Lance Pella, this is the only time I'll mention this. We played Alma Scots. We won 2-1. I had the game winner. I slid in the rain in the corner and just kept it was amazing. No one joined me. I actually thought people were going to join me. It was a very lonely feeling. But great memories, long time ago. But, yes, the celebration is a big deal in these type of games. So
For sure.
Keep your eye on it. The first goal was kind of so quick and kind of came off the foot of Midling wrong, but just kind of caught Soul in his place. So not a huge celebration on this first goal, but we'll watch as the goals keep coming as this game goes along. Midling with a lot of space there, maybe deeper than he usually is at, but he finds Lohman there in the back. Smitley takes the ball on his left foot, kind of looking for pockets. Alma only has one player up at the high pressure, sitting back a little bit. Midling looks to build it around. Sandys with tons of space, but he dispossesses that, and Caden Brummels is on the left foot, tries to play over the top, and Sighthamel just receives that on the ground. Hope with a lot of time and space in this early going, Lance Pello.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that can be frustrating, Matt, right? When you're ready to move the ball and Alma decides, hey, we're going to park the bus for a little while, so there's not going to be a lot of space right around the 18. So Alma's pretty happy with Hope just kind of playing it in the back here.
Yeah, fascinating kind of defensive strategy as they're going to look to break out quickly. You see Brummels running on that left-hand side. The center mid there, Riker Anderson, unable to hit it to Brummels on the side there, and Hope just hits it up top and is unable to connect with Walters. Play up the line there. Hassenrich tries to step in. Brummels shields him off. Lohman plays it long down the line. Weigel with a deft first touch. Drives across the middle, and Hope is coming the other way.
Love the outside-inside attack, right? Let's put it up the center, see how the Alma Scots react to that, and then head it back on the other side. There's no rush. You know what? How nice to have a goal already on the scoreboard here, just about 8 minutes into the game. It means that Hope doesn't have to rush, and we're not in a hurry for anything.
Yeah, Sandys drives through the middle. That 1-0 lead really helps out Lance Pello. That it changes the game in the early going. Fletcher Van Hout driving down that right side. A nice little run there. And that ball goes out of bounds for a corner kick. Nice run by Van Hout. I couldn't tell who that went off of, but he seemed pretty confident that Sighthamel will hit it last. And looks like Caden Brummels will hit a left-footed in-swinger and see if Alma can get one back.
I'm not sure if that went off the Hope player, but when you're very confident, sometimes the
That's
AR
right.
looks right at you and goes, I guess it's a corner.
Ball to the back post, and that's a little too long there. And they're going to want that one back for sure, as getting that ball up there in that opportunity. But the rain is coming down hard. It might be hard to see on your screen, but from here we're seeing it in the lights, and it's coming down on an angle. And these players are playing through it. But you can see in those trees the wind is breezy out there. We've got some large waves on the lake. We're here in Holland, Michigan. If you didn't know, we're on the lake shore here. And there's some big lakes or big waves today.
Were you out surfing today earlier?
I was
Matt,
not
or?
out surfing,
Okay.
but I was watching the beach cam. It was pretty wild. There are guys out surfing right now.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, you live in Holland, Michigan. This is 365 days of the year. Those guys will be out. In fact, I know Grant Hassenrich's father, Matt, he's a guy that's usually out on the lake on days like today.
Got to wear that wetsuit when it gets later in the season, but Soul plays that ball up over the top. That ball is headed straight into the air by Sandys, and now Weigel is in the middle of three Alma players. Morrison started at the center back position. He played the 6 last year, moved into the center back with the loss of 2 graduating seniors, Cole Pauley and Jake Lyon, but with the emergence of Smitley and Lohman, it's allowed Morrison to move back up the pitch, and that's paid dividends for Coach David Blahnik here in his 4th season at Hope. to have a former Calvin player and transfer of Morrison's caliber back in the midfield is a positive. Midling to Sighthamel. Sighthamel with a nice ball across the top. And Lohman will settle. Hope going side to side, trying to find those pockets. Hassenrich drives at the defender. That ball is going to go out on Hope on this time. Maybe he should have done the I'm confident it's my ball.
Sure. Look at the AR and just assume that it's a corner. These are always a little stressful moments when you know you have space and you want to beat somebody, especially on that end line, but don't have a chance and can't seem to penetrate that defense, that one extra pass or that one special move to get in behind. It'll come. This is like a waterfall, and eventually you're going to get over that precipice and get another goal in. It's just a matter of time.
Sondes plays the ball up to Davidson. Moves it over to Morrison. Finds Walters, who tries to play it back to Weigel. Unable to connect, but Hope is just trying to break down this low block. It's an interesting low block because Alma has one high forward, and Midling, after scoring a first goal, I'm curious why Alma is actually giving Midling that much space. It seems like the third or fourth time Midling has received the ball in a little pocket between two defenders, and I got to say, he's just too dangerous of a goal scorer from 25 yards in to give him space.
I think you're writing Newbie's halftime speech here for him. We should put some note cards together and maybe move it down to the sideline for him.
Newbie in his third season here as the coach at Alma, done some great things, recruited some great players. They are definitely playing some good soccer. Well coordinated and composed. Hassenrich comes in, and he's fouled on that play. And Lohman will receive the ball. The rain is really coming down hard at this point.
The ball boys and ball girls earning their money tonight. Wow. If you look on the schedule and you say Hope versus Alma, you think, oh, that'll be a fun game. And then you show up in all of your rain gear. Let's hope the balls don't go into the creek tonight.
Sondes plays the ball, tries to get it up to Walters, who's blanketed by defenders. Weigel's driving at the defenders, finds Walters, but that ball is poked away. Van Howe tries to bring it down. Morrison gets a little toe poke. Sighthamel hits it high. This ball is pinballing around up in there, and then Hope settles it back down and looks to build. It's an interesting strategy to still play in a low block when you're down 1-0, Lance. I know it's early in the game. We'll see if it opens up a little bit, but Hope getting that early goal really changes the dynamics a little bit as that ball is played across by Hassenrich, and it's cleared out by Mason Horworth.
Yeah, I think, Matt, just like in an NFL football game where there's scripted plays, I'm sure Alma didn't script that they'd be down 1-0 in the first 2 minutes of the game. So perhaps no change, regardless of the score. They're comfortable with just hanging back.
Hassenrich with a deep ball. Sol unable to catch that in the rain, and he just punches it up. Nice pass out of the back by the number 4, Caden Link. Another local product. He comes from Zeeland, Michigan, which is just east of here, a couple minutes.
Yeah, I like what I've seen from Van Howe so far for the Scots. He has been by far their most aggressive and proactive player on that right side. We got to make sure we mark him and don't let him make those 60-yard runs again.
Yeah, fast player here. Played for local club Strike Rovers and also has been on a local semi-pro here team as well. So a lot of Holland soccer roots for Fletcher and his family. Started his career at Madonna and then transferred over to Alma. Weigel plays the ball up top, Midling, and Walters driving at the defense. And a great play by Link there to just kind of take it away from Midling. But hard for the Scots to build out of the back. The rain, it does seem like it's having a little bit of a effect on the build in this game. Lohman goes up high and straight, so no foul on that play. Morrison with 10 yards of space there. Weigel with a little turn. Hassenrick is not going to get to that. Looked like Weigel saying it was tipped by the number 2, Riker Anderson, but that is going to go to the Scots.
Yeah, as a coach, Matt, I want to hear what you're telling, especially in your midfield. What are you telling the guys when you're playing against this tough low block?
Yeah, you know, I think a big part, Lance, of a game like this is you just got to keep the ball moving. Side to side, be patient, look for the pockets of space, and then look for your opportunity to break the line, as Weigel just did. And then, unbelievable play, all created by Josh Weigel. And Seth Walters will finish it. A great goal, as Weigel did just what we were talking about. Side to side, and then broke the line, penetrated through the middle, cut it back to his right. Soul made the initial stop, but was unable to keep it close enough to dive on it. And Walters puts in another one.
Seth Walters, by far one of the most venerated goal scorers for the Dutchman, netting his 27th goal so far. That's amazing. A feat made all the more impressive by the fact that he sat out his sophomore year with injury, and he is by far our best finisher on the team.
Yeah, and Jackson Midling is coming for him. But Walters with a very storied career, and on senior night, you're glad after your younger up-and-coming goal scorer gets the first one to come out and show how venerated you are and how established you've been over your 4 years here. And don't look now, but Hope College is up 2-0. A really awkward play there. Lohman gets his head on it. Morgan just parries it to the side, and that'll be a corner now, as the corner flag is down if you look over there because of the wind and the rain. But a nice play by Morgan to just push that to the side and not let that go in the corner as Lohman hit it towards his own goal.
Yeah, shades there of the Calvin game from a few weeks ago, with us scoring a quick goal and then Calvin coming back, so we got to watch that.
Yeah, near post hit there as Midling heads that ball away, and Weigel is coming, and he tries to hit it across, and that one looked like it got caught up in the wind. Walters saves it. Incredible work rate by Seth Walters. One thing that his teammates just are so impressed by with Seth Walters, his coaches, is he never stops working. It's unbelievable to watch throughout a game.
There's another perfect example, right? I always love these coachable moments, especially for the younger kids watching this game. Seth could have let that ball go out. Wouldn't have made much of a difference. But he ran full tilt and put it under control, and I don't know if you saw it on the angle there, but he looked back about 10 yards before he got to that ball, knowing exactly where he was going with it.
Absolutely. Evan Morrison finds Midling, who has a little pocket of space, puts it to Walters. Davidson on this left-hand side, goes 1v1 against, oh my gosh, unbelievable cross. Hassenrick throws his body at the ball. Davidson and beat Lopez on that play.
Also number 16, J.J. Rigsby.
But that does not end up in the back of the net. Couple subs for the Scots. Number 6, Gavin Moore. And the number 16, J.J. Rigsby. Walters dispossess it, but it goes back to the Scots. Rigsby tries to play it up the wing, and Hassenrick comes back. Plays it, dangerous ball back to Lohman. He's saying my bad on that one as he put Lohman in a bad position there.
That's You're going to hear about that one maybe after the game. Remember when you put me out on the pond out there and I had to ice skate around you?
Yeah.
Way to get a foot on it by Lohman.
Yeah, dangerous, though. In those type of situations, you could either get an injury or a card in that type of pass-back situation, but Lohman got enough on it. Weigel plays that ball over the top, and it's going to skip in to the goal. But did you see the way that ball bounced? The wind and the rain is just really impacting this game, and Hope is happy they find themselves up 2-0 at this point. And the Scots are going to look to try and get back in this game as we are only 20 minutes in and already have a 2-0 advantage and a 4-0 shots on goal advantage for the Dutch.
Yeah, wonderful on senior night to always get a good start. I always think there might be a few seniors sitting on the bench. I know we've got a few seniors with injuries who won't see the field tonight, but always nice to have a nice 2 or 3 goal lead, and then coach can look down the bench, especially if you're a senior, and say, hey, your number's called tonight. Let's get you some minutes.
Smitley with the ball. Finds Morrison. What an unbelievable first touch. Another thing for young players to watch is to know where you're going with the ball, or at least know your options before you receive the ball like Morrison did there. He's dispossessed on that one here, and Link comes the other way. Van Hou's out to the races, but Seidhamel steps in with a nice tackle. Lopez drives down the line, and that ball is going to go out of bounds. Back to what I was saying, though, is for those young players to look, that is really what makes the difference between a good player and a great player, is knowing what play is next and might come up, where your options are, and having different opportunities coming up, Lance.
Yeah, soccer, a game of speed and strength, but there's an element of chess in it too, right? Thinking 3 steps ahead. And if you are mentally more prepared for a game and for making quick and correct decisions, I think you become the stronger, faster, and smarter soccer player.
Alma with a nice ball into a dangerous position, but Lohman with that big frame wins that on that one. You know, I mentioned the 2 center backs who have kind of come on as the season has gone along, Lohman and Smitley, a freshman and a sophomore playing in that back field, and really have established that throughout the MIAA league season, this kind of new formation for the Dutchmen, and they have just been fantastic. Morgan solidifying that goal position, and those 2 in front of him. Hope is just not giving up many opportunities or many goals throughout the season.
Which if you would have asked me, Matt, from last year to this year, what was I most nervous about? I would say it's that back line, right?
Yeah.
With 2 of maybe some of the best defenders in the entire MIAA graduating. Gosh, I was nervous about that, but man, it has been a smooth transition, and our goals against is just beautiful.
Yeah, only 2 goals scored against in the league play so far, one coming on a PK last game against the Britons. The other was on a quick action play against Calvin here at home a couple weeks ago. Play that one of our defenders and veteran players, Caden Shenlow, got injured on. And so that has allowed for kind of some new formation and for some people to step up, and we've done well on that. That's a foul on Morrison as Rigsby goes down. He was caught a little awkwardly on that, and he gets up gingerly on that play.
Yeah, a little cleat to the ankle there. That's a normal soccer play, and when you're reaching for that ball, obviously your feet can come up a little bit, and those cleats can dig right into somebody's ankle. We've all had that happen.
Ball into the mix. It pops down and finds its way to Seth Walters, who's out on the break. He picks his head up. Midling with a nice first touch, but that's a great defensive play by the number 12, Christian Sapita. I want to look how to pronounce his name as Van Hou's in behind. Oh, a nice hit over the top. He had got in behind the wing, and that ball goes just over the crossbar. Couldn't tell if Morgan had that covered, but by far the best attack by the Scots so far.
Once again, number 11 for the Scots. He's the danger guy. If I've got the telestrator here with John Madden, I'm circling that guy and saying, we got to mark him.
John Madden, a reference from the 80s and 90s that we're still glad is coming out.
Still relevant, yes, to the younger generation. Although I don't know how many young people, when they play Madden, know that there was actually someone named John Madden.
That's right. Who was famous as we think about Thanksgiving coming up for the Turduncan.
Mm-hmm. Delicious. Always the Detroit Lions game.
Yes. Many Michigan people would know the Turduncan.
Sure.
That's true. Sidehamel drives down the sideline and quickly wins that ball back. Sidehamel started the last 3 games for the Dutch, kind of played really well coming in off the bench, and has played the full match the last few games here and kind of solidified that left back position for the time being here. Weigel loses that play. Hasenrick, oh no, that's a sub in now. That's Jack Riebel, I believe, for the Dutch on that side, as Hasenrick has just been subbed out. Morrison drives down the middle as the game is opening up a little bit. Great play by Lopez to bring that down. Van Hal with a nice touch. What a turn by Link there. He's played very well in the early going.
And he's had to. That's where all the action is coming straight up his gut.
This is the best spell of play combination-wise by the Scots, but then that last little bounce let them down. Midling in a 1v1 situation, a heavy touch, and that ball is going the other way. Offsides here, and the Dutch will have a kick. 18 minutes left in the first half. Hope with a 2-0 lead on goals from Seth Walters and Jackson Midling. If you're just joining us, the 2 stellar forwards and incredible goal scorers for the Dutch. Lance Pello, talk about what it means to have 2 prolific goal scorers. I can't remember maybe in a long time when Hope has had 2 forwards that have scored as much as these 2 have the last couple of years for the Dutch.
One youngster, one a little longer in the tooth, right, as a senior. But both capable of making things happen. And, there's something to say when you're a coach and you don't have to rely on the same person every time. And soccer players, teams get in ruts. And when they're not scoring, a lot of times they will try and put it on the foot of the same person every time. And the Dutchmen don't have to do that. It's nice to have 2 boys that can come through in the clutch, and they are. They're getting warmed up for the MIAA season, and I'm excited to see what they can do as we continue this effort.
That ball just goes out of bounds for Gavin Moore, the freshman from Sturgis, on that left-hand side. Hope has gotten goals, a big goal against KZoo last week to break the stalemate between KZoo and Hope by Matt Davidson on that free kick. Hope scored 2 more in the second half to kind of win that one and get away. But that was we called that game last week. That was a very good game. First half especially, back and forth. Kalamazoo had chances, and then Hope kind of put it away in the end.
A few questionable calls on both sides of the equation by the referee. But in that free kick certainly was the tide turner, right? It kind of changed the dynamic of the game, and Kalamazoo now had to retreat instead of attack.
Unforced error there by the Dutch, and we've got 2 subs coming in for the Scots.
Not too upset that Van Hal is having a little bit of a break. That's maybe good for us, as we want Alma to maybe settle in a little bit, but not attack too much here.
Yeah, the number 20, Christian. Oh, wow. Great play by Morgan there. And that's going to go out for a goal kick.
Maybe offsides call.
Yeah, Swice into the game. The senior from Washington, Michigan, number 20. And then on this near side here, number 7, Fabinho Vasco comes into the game as well. If you followed the Alma Scots, they play a deep lineup throughout the season, going 20 to 22 deep nearly every game. So their methodology is to play a lot of guys, lower minutes, fresh, coming in, and we'll see if that works for them to get them back in this game as it goes along. Yeah, go ahead.
You love those moments as a player. Hey, when coach gives you the nod and says, hey, you got 10, 12 minutes, go out there and show me what you can do. That'll earn you more time, and it'll be an opportunistic play for Alma with some of the new subs coming in.
Sidehamel takes a nice touch with that left foot, finds Morrison, who that's probably the 4th or 5th time Morrison has just one-timed it exactly where it needs to go. Been kind of a great fit in that 6th position when you've got a guy whose head is on a swivel and can put that ball quickly to that next spot. It just opens up everything for you.
Yeah, and the defense can't settle in, right? They're constantly on the move, wondering where the ball's going to go next.
Midling drives at the defender. He gets by on this left side, but Lopez comes in and knocks it out of bounds, and that's going to be a corner for the Dutch. Good thing Davidson doesn't have to throw the ball in very much with those dainty gloves he's got on. But he's going to take this corner kick here.
Cold weather gear. We're not all as burly and strong as you, Matt. Some of us do like some of those cold weather gear items.
That ball's an in-swinger, dangerous. That pops down. And Weigel tries to hit it, and it just at the last second there, the Scots got in on that play. Midling turns on it. Nice little build out of the back, but Sandys jumps that. Good challenge. That ball ends up at Walter's foot, and now the Scots are coming the other way. Morrison will bring it down. Oh, Davidson, that's a late, dangerous tackle by number 3, Alexander Lopez. Unsure if that's going to be a card here or just a warning. But Davidson, despite the gloves, is a 5th-year senior and as tough as nails.
It's got great fingers and fingernails, too, I'm sure, underneath those gloves. That hurts, right? When you're trying to follow through on a shot or even a pass, and that shin or that foot comes in and it pushes that leg back, it's just a kind of jammed. He seems to be doing all right.
Morrison plays that ball. I think he's trying to hit that more into the box, but again, with that wind, it's hard to judge, and that ball goes up and out of bounds. Lohman has the ball in his hands. He elects not to go for the long throw, which we've seen all season. Weigel tries to play it up to Rebo, who's going to challenge on that side. And that's out for a corner. The ref does not call a foul on that. Alma Scots. Luis? Is that Luis Parra? I can't tell on that side. Number 20? No, that's number 34.
Catching the lineup for the Flying Dutchman, number 10, Alan Alcala.
And that ball go out of bounds off the Scots. Davidson comes out of the game, but the senior Alcala comes into the game with 11:50 left. Player to watch out for as he scores some goals in these type of games. A left-footed in-swinger goes straight into the goal. That is straight into the goal. Sidehamel scores off the corner kick. Unbelievable.
Soul maybe moving back, punches it out, but as usual, the AR right on the end line, sees that ball go right in the goal, and that is goal number 3.
And I got to tell you, Lance Pello, I would be shocked if I hadn't seen it before. I coached Sidehamel. He won us a game in the 90th minute down in Battle Creek a couple years ago on the same situation, straight from the corner. He is, in the last 2 games, he got an assist to Jackson Midling off of a corner kick on that left-footed in-swinger and then scored a goal here tonight, and that was just an unbelievable play. It almost looked like it hit off that top bar and went down in, and Sol could not do anything about it.
Blahnik deserves an extra lunch pass over at Phelps Dining Hall for taking his left back to the right side for a left in-swinger on the corner kick, and it pays off.
And don't look now, Hope College Dutch up on the Scots 3-0 with 11 minutes left here in the first half, and Alma just shell-shocked trying to figure out how to stay in this game. Weigel on his right foot finds Riker, who kind of carries that ball into the box. It almost looked like a handball, or it kind of rode across his chest. Alma coach is saying that was a handball. I might happen to agree.
Riker Kornstange back in the game. Maybe the forgotten goal scorer of
Yes.
the Dutchman, out with an injury for a few weeks, and let's see if he can get back on the score sheet.
Now this corner coming from the right-hand side as Luke Laird comes into the game for Evan Morrison, another freshman for the Dutch. Sondes plays that up, and he curls it in back to the back post. Lohman up high, gets a head on it, and it goes past the post.
Free kicks, we're dangerous tonight. Man, I think we're going to see another goal or two off this corner kick. Those both have been wonderfully placed balls.
Alma trying to build out of the back has had a hard time doing that. The lone opportunities came on this right-hand side as Van Hau was in earlier in the match. Woo! Nice little play there, but Laird kind of with a great tackle. Lopez just drags it out of bounds as Hope's pressure was too much for Alma to maintain possession and break out of it. You know, when you're under that high pressure like that, the Scots have got to find ways to get 1, 2, 3 and then go long. So kind of a short, long position to break the pressure, because Hope is bringing a lot of bodies into that same space, and Alma has just not been able to connect enough passes in a row to get a good build.
Yeah, that's maybe the difference in skill level here tonight. Alma with good spells of play, but nothing sustained, and Hope certainly having possession for quite a bit longer.
Smitley tries to play that ball over the top. Riker, nice to see him back on this left side. I guess if you play on this left side, you wear gloves, because Riker is up there wearing the long sleeves and the gloves on this side. It's good to see him back from injury, though. He had missed a few games this year, but it's good to see that he's back in, because he can score some goals as well.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite players to watch. He's energetic, exciting, can put that ball in just about any space he wants and come out. And once again, a wicked shot, both left and right-footed from Riker.
That good run of play here by the Scots. They did what we were talking about, moving it side to side, getting wide, and they got it up into Hope's back third, into their front third, but then unable to hold that long enough to get the shot off, and Hope will come the other way, and Alma will drop back.
Yeah, if I was Coach Newby, I'd put Van Hau right back in, and in fact, I might put him up top the way he's been playing today, just to get us a shot or two, because the ball has skipped, and we've had to make a few saves here because of the weather. So.
Oh, a nice ball in as Riker gets in behind, but Sol reads that one really well and comes out to get it. Nice throw to the side there.
Can we dub Sol the Pink Panther tonight? Can we call him that? Is that allowed?
Can we?
Can I?
Yes.
Am I allowed to? Okay. Sol is now the Pink Panther this evening, and let's see if he can solve a few mysteries here that Hope is throwing at him.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. Weigel drives down the middle, plays it back Sondies, and Hope just is playing very composed in tight spaces tonight. Winning the ball back, finding that extra pass. Laird plays it wide, and Hope's formation is really working for him. I'm curious if Alma will make some adjustments in the second half, because the pockets of play for Hope have been open tonight.
Yeah, you know, one person in particular, Evan Sondies, I'm interested. He's kind of popping back into a back position, and then he's out on the wing, and you know, he's usually straight up the center. So this is obvious that Blahnik is talking to the boys about what we can do and how we can move the ball. It's been pretty to watch.
Yeah, Riker gets the ball on his foot, tries to put it into space, and Link comes away with it, but then Riebel just reads it. Alan Alcala driving the defense, plays it wide. Back to Riebel, who touches it to Weigel. Weigel has it on his foot. Back to Riebel. Oh, cuts it back to his right. Soul gets down on it. Nice save there, and a great defensive play by the Scots to not give up a fourth goal. Riebel driving at the defense, tries to fit on to Alcala. He finds Wieland, unable to get a shot off, but Alcala gets it back at his foot, and Soul just dives on it. Probably a couple chances to get what you love to see that. You know what I'm talking about?
Unselfish.
Yeah, it's unselfish, but sometimes you just want that little toe poke ball, right? The little
yes.
toe poke
So
shot.
It feels so good.
You know, the little quick hitter to throw off the defense, but great spell of play by the Dutch, and the Scots come away unscathed in that situation. But this defense by the Scots has just been under relentless pressure by the Dutch, as the Dutch have brought in 4 new attackers. Actually, 3 new attackers with Michael Wieland, Alan Alcala, and Riker Korstanj. Weigel still in the game here, sitting in the pockets in between.
Yeah, if I'm the back line of Alma, I'm not excited that fresh legs are in. It's been a job. There's a perfect example. When you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you're confused, then the passes don't come, the touches don't come, which is great for the Dutchmen right now. Let's see if we can sneak in another goal as the long throw is coming with just over 4 minutes left in the first half.
See how this long throw will work with the wind and the wet. Hard to throw the ball sometimes with that wet. It gets on your hands, but Lohman will try it nonetheless. Not nearly as far as it typically goes, and that's a foul on Luke Laird as he couldn't get underneath it, and the Scots will come out the other way.
Yeah, a little push on the back there, and that's unfortunate. Once again, not your typical throw in there that usually goes another 5-10 yards in the air.
Sidehamel wins the play there. The Scots turn the ball over the middle. Weigel puts it wide to Alcala, and he's got 10 yards of space here. Overlapping run by Riebel. The Scots put it off of Alcala. Lucky that doesn't hit him in the face there, as Alex Zatelli with a great defensive play. So Link will come off the field. Blake Dorr will come into the game and sit in that little pocket of space where Weigel has just been driving at people over and over, like we talked about early in the game. It's exhausting trying to chase that guy around.
Yeah, you know, Alma has not played bad, right? They've been solid back on the back line. You know, the first goal maybe just unfortunate as Soul was moving one way and the ball went the other, and then certainly that corner, you know, those are things that, you know, you can't blame a back line about those. So just frustrating when you're down 3-0 and you feel like we've played well.
Yeah. Sidehamel plays the ball back to Smitley. Smitley has had time and opportunity to just kind of pick out his passes and where he wants to go with the ball. Riker finds Wieland, who hits it lefty, and that ball will, with a lot of spin on it, end up on a corner kick. And the Dutch will get another one with under 2 minutes in the half to go.
Be nice to get one additional goal here before half. Let's see if we can finish on this set piece.
Sandys with a great play. Soul comes out on it. Wow.
Took some abuse. The Pink Panther squished there into the middle.
Seems like he's starting to figure it out as the half's gone along. Played some good come out. He's been under a ton of pressure. And now the Scots are coming the other way. Nice little run of possession. Good hit. Dangerous with the wet and the wind as Morgan comes up with the save, but that ball was spinning and skipping as Kristen Swice took a chance, and a good chance at that.
Big boy with the big hit, and Morgan had to be on his best behavior there. That ball, luckily, and once again, goalkeepers, if you're watching this, if you noticed how Morgan's whole body was behind that ball, so if you do get a rebound, where does it come? Right out in front of you where you can gobble it up with your hands.
Scots have 33 seconds left. They're going to try and get one back before the end of the half. The ref pushes them back. Rebo, another freshman, plays it up to Alcala. Michael Whelan pushes it to the middle. Nice play to Weigel, who finds Riker, and he's 1v1 back to Weigel. Weigel onto his left foot, and he puts it, wide. A great save, I believe, by Soul. 9 seconds left. Weigel's just going to run to the corner, but that is going to come down. Weigel looking for that near post as time ran out, and an unbelievable save by Soul to keep them at 3-0. And Weigel's probably frustrated at that one. But a great first half here from Van Andel Soccer Stadium here on senior night. We'll see what happens here in the second half. Join us in about 15 minutes on the Anchor Network. I'm Matt Margarone with Lance Pello.
At Van Andel Institute, we're in a race, a relentless competition to get ahead of the diseases that affect our world. Cancer, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's. We are at the forefront of research and discovery. Our global collaborations are a catalyst for big breakthroughs so that we can make the greatest impact on the health of current and future generations. Because in the race to prevent and cure some of the most insidious diseases, victory is the only option. Van Andel Institute, Innovation Unleashed.
Gentex is a tech company supplying electro-optical products to the global automotive, aerospace, and fire protection industries. With focused competencies in design, vision, displays, software, and more, we're always looking for engineering talent. For our direct hire hourly production positions, we run open interviews Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 at our 58 East Riley facility in Zeeland. And our facilities, benefits, and culture are everything you'd expect from a world-class employer. Now's the time to join Team Gentex.
Holland BPW is proud to support Hope Athletics and commitment to energy efficiency. It's easy for Holland BPW electric customers to get started with Home Energy 101 at hollandenergyfund.com. With Home Energy 101, learn the best ways to maximize efficiency and save on your utility bills. You also get a kit of energy-saving supplies valued at up to $300. Get started at hollandenergyfund.com today.
Hi, I'm Natalie. And I'm Liv, and we're both on the e-board for the Pan-Indigenous Student Organization. And we're excited to celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day during the month of October and to partner with the Center for Diversity and Inclusion for the annual Indigenous Peoples Lecture, which will take place Thursday, October 23rd at 3:30 p.m. in the Jack Miller Concert Hall. And our speaker this year is Carol Bremer Bennett, the Executive Director for World Renew, and she'll be speaking on the theme of the power we carry, belonging as a sacred responsibility. We're both super excited about it, and we hope to see you there.
Are you thinking about buying, selling, or refinancing? Your title agency matters, and you have a choice. Lighthouse Title started in Holland, Michigan more than 20 years ago and has grown to over 45 locations. We are proud to be local in these communities. Visit Lighthouse Title for more information and use our online widget Louis the Lightkeeper to chat with someone today about how we can help you close on your new home.
Cancer, we're coming for you. Parkinson's, your days are numbered. Alzheimer's, we're zeroed in on you too. Because at Van Andel Institute, the world's best minds are working relentlessly to eradicate these diseases forever. By advancing the boldest innovations, achieving breakthroughs, and transforming lives. Because the most powerful way to fight diseases, never stop fighting. Van Andel Institute, innovation unleashed.
Hope students are challenged to dig deeper. They're challenged to find their calling and shape their future. They're taught to empower their talents, chase their dreams, and encouraged to make a difference. The Hope student body is ready to change the world.
Yeah, my name is Travis Williams. I'm the CEO of the ODC Network. I graduated from Hope in 1998. I studied biology, and then I also played football. In order to be successful, people really need more than just the academic experience, but they need people to come alongside them and help them, coach them, mentor them. I find that Hope College has just been one of the best examples of being able to do that anywhere.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to help share Hope stories of transformational impact.
Our students act as beacons of hope for their community. They lead with courage, conviction, patience, and strength. They're ready to change the world.
It's no secret. The best way to learn about Hope College is to spend time on our campus. The Hope admissions team invites you to a personalized visit experience you won't forget. Located in downtown Holland, Michigan, our historic campus is close to shopping and dining and just 10 minutes from Lake Michigan. We invite you to check out our campus tour options or sign up for an online tour with the Hope admissions office. There's never been a better time to see Hope College. Visit us at hope.edu/admissions.
Every sunrise, every new day brings with it a promise of hope. Every day also brings us an opportunity to help make a difference, especially for those we know who are battling cancer or Parkinson's. How can you help? Volunteer at an event or create your own through your school, through your business, with your friends. You can provide hope to countless patients and their families. 100% of your support goes directly to scientists at Van Andel Institute, researching new and better treatments for over 20 diseases, including cancer and Parkinson's. Now is the time to make an impact and make a difference. Please help and join the fight today.
There are over 5,000 colleges and universities in the United States alone, and nearly every single one of them is named after a location or a historical figure. But along the shores of Lake Michigan, there is a school whose namesake is not a founder, not a historical figure, not a state, city, or physical landmark. It is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life. Its name is hope. is so easy to get lost in what this world lacks, to become discouraged by its needs, gaps, and flaws. Can we see beyond the uncertainty and brokenness? At Hope College, we do. Not by ignoring the world as it is, but by learning and living with the belief that this is not the world as it should be, by driving to understand, to unlock clarity, to amplify truth, by leading with inspired compassion, by embodying a vision that illuminates greater opportunity.
Some call it naive, others call it foolish. But hope has never been silenced by doubt. Hope is the unquiet heart, stirring, pounding, driving us towards something greater. It leans into what's wrong and lifts up what's right. It teaches, learns, discovers, imagines what could be, and brings it to life. Hope has to start somewhere. Why not here? Why not now? Why not us? The daring ones. Those who provoke possible, trigger curiosity, and incite joy. For us, hope is more than a word. It's a force, and we are its humble ambassadors. From the beginning to now, we don't just believe in hope, we dare to live it. Hope College. Dare to hope.
My name is Megan Bigelow, and during my time there, I was on the Hope women's soccer team. I decided to choose Hope because of the opportunity to be involved in multiple things. I didn't want to go somewhere where I was just a number in the field. I was able to double major, experience both a business academic load as well as economics. I loved the opportunity to really get to know my professors. Hope exceeded my expectations.
I'm Nate Bauman. As an invested community partner, we're proud to help share Hope's stories of transformational impact.
If I do it, I'ma do it for the glory. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna do it for me. Kill it every day up in the morning. It's a blessing, so I do it for the glory. Hey, the glory. Hey, the glory. Hey, you know I do it for the glory. Hey, the glory. Hey, hey, when I do it, yeah, I do it for the glory. Believe you'll see it all comes together. My dream, I bleed, I'll give the better part of me. Be free, break free, release, destroy the enemy. Just breathe. Fight for the power. Stand your ground, don't let it go. Fight for the power. Can't be scared when you're in the dark. You should never let the fear make you run away. Fire still burning for another day. Fight for the power.
Pushes it in.
Oh, he's got another one! He's got another one! Oh, wow! As that ball bounces across the middle, he is onside.
Strong last 4 minutes of the first half. Pause.
Let's go. Hey, when we get the ball back, punish them.
Traffic with the and one. Going right, passing left. There's a a touchdown pass to Strickland.
Raise your flag or even the score. Take your shot, ready for more. Surrender, there is no other choice. Set my soul free now. Light it up on fire. Bet on me, I got you. Pick a number.
Vassell with the block downfield, breaks the tackle, stiff arm. Turns that charm off. 1 second.
No, we're good. Welcome back. 1 minute left in halftime here on the Anchor Network. It's senior night. Hope College Flying Dutch on a rainy mid-October day as the leaves are changing colors. Fall is officially here, and the Dutch hold a 3-0 lead on the Alma Scots. Matt Margarone on the call here with Lance Pello. Lance, tell us a little bit about that first half.
A dominating first half, perhaps the best half that you've seen from the Dutchmen so far in MIAA play. Never hurts to score 2 minutes into a game. Never.
No.
And I don't think Alma recovered from that. We talked about kind of parking the bus and how maybe that was the game plan to start with, and it certainly didn't change. Here's what I will say. We need to be careful of that counterattack because early in the second half, if Alma sneaks one in, they're going to have some momentum and some excitement. So I expect the Dutchmen to come out guns a-blazing and making sure that we're not going to let Alma back in this game.
The center referee hopping on his toes, trying to stay warm as the rain is really coming down now. Both teams ready to go, loving to play in the rain. But if you look at your screen under the scoreboard and into the lights, you're seeing that rain come down hard. And from the box, it's nice to be in the box tonight, Lance Pello, and not have to be out there. Although these are fun games to play in, as spectators, they are hard to sit.
We've got weather for the remainder of the night. I think the Doppler radar at the top of Durfee Hall has got us looking for rain, but no thunderstorms, no lightning. I think that's the nice aspect of it. It's fun to play in the rain when it's about 75 degrees out, but I don't know about 45 or 55.
Oh, a great first touch. Going the other way, and Morgan with one of the saves of the year. I've got to say, that was unbelievable. As the number 21 Alma Scott player, that is Brandon Dorr, the senior from Auburn, with a counterattack play, and Morgan was laid out. If there was a still picture of that, he was 5 feet off the ground. That was an unbelievable save, and the Scots here coming the other way. Great corner to start. A lot of energy from the Scots. This ball is put back into the mix, headed down, and Morgan is right there at the right time.
Hey, listen, no offense if you go back on the stream 30 seconds there to see that save. We'll be here when you come back, but wow. Morgan, on his toes, less than a minute into the half. What a save.
The local product from Holland Christian transferred into Hope and then has found himself this year in the starting position. Weigel plays the ball up to Hassenrick, drives into the box looking for that ball across. That's picked up by Link, another local player here. And a nice play by the Scots, but Sondes just comes in and pokes it away. Soul plays it big.
Beautiful header out to the far side there.
Morrison, such a smart player. We talked a lot about him in the first half with his one touch, and that's just so much of soccer, like you're saying, is a physical game, but it's fast-paced, it's physical, it's your skill on the ball, but a huge part of that differentiates players is their mental game, and we talked about him, and Morrison is just a very cerebral player out on the pitch.
You know, when I coached, we would call it second-level soccer, right? The first level soccer is passing it, controlling it, but second level means you know what's coming next. And Evan just seems to know what to do at all times.
Seidel with a throw from that left back scored just an unbelievable goal in the first half on the Olympico from the corner. Yeah?
Pops stopped by the booth and was pretty happy with son scoring that goal.
Coach Seidel, 29 years coaching, Holland area coach, won a state championship here. His son now plays at local Hope College. Coach Seidel said he scored 2 goals like that in high school and one for his club team as well. So, and that is not his first Olympico, but this is his first collegiate, I believe, goal, and it comes on that type of situation. Just awesome. Seth Walters called for the foul on that play there.
Referee had his head on a swivel. Not many people saw that, but the ref sure did, and Seth thought he got away with one there.
Yeah, center tonight has done a great job in tough weather conditions. Nice play here and move by the number 16, J.J. Rigsby. And Alma's come out with a little bit of intention in the second half. They didn't say, we're not just going to sit in, we're going to start to come at you. It's a dangerous thing to do against Hope because that opens the game up more. Hope will get into those pockets. But Alma obviously with a different formation you can see here in the second half with 2 up top. And they're not going to allow Hope's defenders to just play with that ball in the back. Sandys finds himself in space, moves it to the side to Weigel, who one touches it. Great pass as Mindling was doing the classic hand down, pass me the ball, and Weigel put it on his foot, but he was dispossessed.
Put it here, and Weigel says, no problem, I got it. You know, Matt, sometimes when you're coaching, I'm sure you've had games like this where maybe the first half goes, as we give it a long shot here.
A great ball by Seidhamel with pace, and that goes out of bounds for a corner kick. And that cross was really driving across the back there dangerously. But go ahead, Lance.
Sometimes first half doesn't go your way. You go for halftime, and you say, hey, I'd rather lose 5-3 than 5-0.
Right.
And so taking some chances, what's the worst that can happen for Alma? Maybe Hope scores another goal, but they're already down 3.
Davidson with the short corner. Finds Sandys with a little overlap. Back to Davidson. Puts it into the back post. Midland goes up. Sol with a nice read on that and punches it away. Looked like he got pulled out a little far, but got his arms out long enough to just hit it away from Midling's head as he was trying to just kind of deflect that back at the goal.
Seems to be Sol's go-to thing here with the punch. So nice save there because Mindling was ready to pounce on that one and put it right in.
Lohman with a long throw into this rain and wind. Let's see how far it can go. Again, it's shorter than typical, and Midling unable to get that flick on as Lopez was there for the Scots. Walters now drives at the defense. That ball's going to go over the end line, out for a goal kick.
Just a quick score update. We've got the Calvin Knights 1-0 over Albion. Albion did just score. Okay, so we've got a 1-1 game.
Albion coming into the game this past weekend Albion coming into the game this weekend undefeated in league play. We're watching a highlight here of that game. And then they have to play Hope and Calvin, 2 traditional powers in a row. Hope got the best of Albion on the road, 2-1. And then Calvin is now playing Albion, and they're tied up 1-1.
Actually 2-1 on a PK from Calvin just seconds ago.
As we speak. The reason we're talking about that, those seeds in the MIAA are such a huge thing as you head into the season. Over the last few years, the MIAA in soccer went away from home and away league schedule into the conference tournament, and the conference tournament determines the NCAA automatic bid. So whoever wins that conference tournament gets that, and the seeding in that tournament for the 1 and 2 seeds, they host home games, and that's a huge deal. And so right now, Hope and Calvin sit in those spots, but Albion is right on their heels. Weigel comes down with it.
Man, it makes those MIAA games twice as important, right? You always had a home and away back in our day, and you thought, well, if we lose the home, we got a chance away. If we lose the away, we got a chance to come back home. Now you've got to perform on the spot, and tonight's another example of that. The Dutchman stepping up, little nick on Hassenrick there, free kick for the Dutchman.
Morrison will come up for this free kick here. Again, in the rain, as it is just pouring down. It's hard to see on your screen, but from this box, it is whipping and moving sideways. Not a consistent direction either. Morrison curls that ball in. Great ball, just a little too hard, and that'll go out of bounds for a throw-in. Kind of mixed in throw-in and low-in on the same word.
A throw-in.
Link on the ball. Scott's with a nice try to build out of the back, but Hope's high pressure has just been hard to break down. Nice play by the Scots, like we talked about. Breaking the pressure. And Link wins it. Dorr tries to get it. He had the best opportunity of the game outside of Van Houw, as just a few minutes ago Morgan came down with an incredible save. Midling battling there, and he's called for a little bit of a foul, a jersey tug on that, as Soul came out but almost got a touch on it.
Soul was in a bit of no man's land
I
there.
know.
Looking for the header back, but miscommunication with his defender.
Nice play by the Scots coming down this side. A dangerous ball across the middle, and Sidehamel just puts it out of bounds.
Yeah, Alma feeling it on the counter. These are they're hungry to score a goal, I'm sure. They had a good conversation at halftime about this is doable. If we get a goal in, we're going to have some momentum, and we're going to be able to put something together here.
Yeah, the number 16, J.J. Rigsby, has given some good energy to this game as he's come into it. That'll be a throw-in down that sideline. And again, Midling just puts it over the side. The number 34, Huang, will throw that ball in. He's been good down this left-hand side in the second half. Link looks to switch the ball. Good ball. But you saw that hang up in that wind, and that offsets the rhythm of that pass. But Alma is kind of coming the other way now really well. Hope been in a little bit of pressure as Alma is finding some movement. I like the way they've come out in the second half and not just said we're going to take the pressure from Hope. Alma's coach is saying we want to move the ball up the field. Those backward passes where you lose possession are dangerous. Dorr with a beautiful touch out of the air, Lance
juggle. It's amazing to me that guys can be running full speed and just juggle it like they're out in the backyard practicing with friends.
Link tries to find that pass up top. Walters with an unbelievable touch. First time. He's 1v1. A second defender comes in, but he finds Weigel driving down the middle, who almost scored right at the end of the half with about 8 seconds left. A great play by Sol to keep it just 3-0. It could have very easily been 4-0, Lance, to end the half.
Yeah, that would have been kind of the cherry on top for the Dutchman for a great first half. Walters back at it, wants to attack.
He's 1v3, and he still takes it with his left foot, and he finds the corner. Unbelievable shot as Walters gets a brace for the second game in a row at home. That shot was just so well placed, and Sol was caught like a statue.
I think he thought it was going wide. I really do. I think that first step to the right, he kind of looked and thought, I got that post covered, and Seth sneaks it in the left-hand side.
Unbelievable shot by Walters as him and Midland go back and forth for that goal-scoring supreme, and Walters has his second goal of the game, and he just went 1v3 there, Lance Pello, and kind of lulled the whole defense and goalkeeper to sleep. He lulled me to sleep.
We didn't think it was going to be a shot. There was no space there, and once again, I think he scored with his right and now with his left.
2 feet. Scott's coming the other way. Russ Ebert into the game. Nice to see him, one of our seniors in this game, as Hope is now up 4-0. Riker Costanza also in the game, and his pace, fun to watch. Alan Alcala, another senior, into this game here on senior night as that ball goes out of bounds to the Scots. We want to take a moment here to just thank you for watching the Anchor Network. Our first year as a part of the Anchor Network here. It's been a joy to call games for all the various Hope sports teams, and Alma coming the other way. That ball stays in bounds. Hope under a little bit of pressure in this 4-0 game, and that ball will just skip out of bounds. But we have a lot of Anchor partners here at Hope College Athletics. They're the ones that allow the Anchor Network to happen. A lot of local businesses and Hope alumni who give back to our college, who allow our student athletes to have the experience that they do. We are just so thankful for our sponsors. BPW, who despite the rain keep the lights on. LVZ Financial Planning, the Lighthouse Title Group, Gentex Corporation, Holland Hospital, Shoreline Orthopedics, Sports Medicine Collaborative. I've had to spend time there over my years as a player and parent, coach. And that ball ends up at Walters' feet again. He finds Riker, and Walters, oh my gosh, just missed the hat trick as Sol batted at it enough that Walters wasn't able to finish. Finishing our sponsors, XYZ Motors, and our family partner, Borcher Family here. But Hope is just looking for goals at this point. Like we talked about, Alma opened it up, but that's allowed more space for Walters and the forwards from Hope to get shots at goal.
How about Seth and Riker playing a little back and forth there? Easy touches, putting it into space. Great defensive tackle there.
Doris had a good half here, nearly scoring. Weigel dispossesses, plays an unbelievable ball over the top as Riker is going to look to keep that in, but that ball goes over the end line. And there's some sirens in the background here that I'm hearing, so we hope everyone's okay out there in Holland. A dangerous and stormy night.
Indeed. Dangerous night for the Alma Scots as the Dutchmen continue to attack.
Alcala challenges for that ball and wins it away. Weigel looking for the forward, and he'll just turn on that. That is straight from the training ground right there, that little turn. That's not something you can develop in a night. That's a lifelong kind of build up. Unbelievable to take those touches and just keep it in tight spaces that Weigel just did.
3 touches of the outside of the foot, and you've done a full 360. That's pretty impressive.
Sandy's fouls the Scots here, and Walters comes in and just pickpockets. And Walters is on the front foot again. He's feeling extra confident right now. Despite that latest miss over the bar for the hat trick, he is playing with a level of confidence that is very good to see going into these last couple games of the MIAA.
Look at that ball going straight up in the air, the wind catching it. The Pink Panther trying to clear that ball, but unable to.
Yeah, Walter's trying to play that back to Alcala. Unable to do it. This rain is really coming down heavy now. Smitley plays that ball up to Alcala, and the Scots are kind of really trying to figure things out right now, and came out with a lot of pressure in those first 8 to 10 minutes, but last 5 to 6, Hope has really put the Scots under pressure, and that goal from Seth Walters probably puts this game out of reach, and for the Scots, you just don't want it to get worse at this point. And that ball is dangerous and hangs in the air, and Walters is just sitting there trying to put it in. We have an update from the Calvin Albion game. It is 2-2 in that game. Is that at Calvin or Albion, Lance?
Looks like we're at Calvin, I believe. No quit in the Brits tonight. You'll notice, Matt, Alma is starting to maybe put a couple more guys. You know, we talked earlier in the first half of that just one attacking player up the middle. They've got 2 up top right now, which, once again, as you mentioned maybe 5-10 minutes ago, as the ball, once again, a beautiful.
Yeah, what a hustle play right there.
But when you send more up against a possession team like Hope College, guess what it means? More space for the Dutchmen.
You can just tell that this Dutchman team trains at a high pace in tight spaces, because those first touches, that little tight turns, are things that they do often. That ball finds its way to Weigel, who takes the first touch around, plays that ball back across unselfishly, looking for Walters for the hat trick. Weigel probably could have uncorked that one, but he decided to unselfishly play that across, and the Scots knock it out. A lot of subs ready to come into this game with 25 minutes left.
Yeah, you know, as the rain comes down even harder now, the umbrellas are starting to flip inside out from the wind here. As a guy that spent a majority of his college soccer career sitting on the bench, I loved games like this because when a 4-0 lead, I knew I was getting some playing time, but I was so cold.
Yes.
And when coach gave you the name, hey, Pello, get in there, you kind of felt like, I just want to take a warm shower, coach. I don't really want to get in there at this point.
Davidson mistouches that. Van Hau tries to play it back to Grigsby, and that goes out of bounds. It's tough to get warm and up to the speed of play when you're kind of shivering on that sideline in your warm-ups, but these players have done this their whole career, and they're ready to go, and they love playing college soccer. Walters has it, driving on Link, and a great tackle there. And just not good enough distribution out of the back from the Scots. They are going into the wind, into the rain. You can see it's affecting the vision of the defenders. And this has just turned into a very sloppy game at this point.
Bit of a monsoon, if you would.
Alcala. Oh, that ball just goes out of bounds here.
I'd like to say we have some fair weather fans. It's some foul weather fans here tonight at Van Andel Soccer. I feel a little bit bad for the Alma parents, all cuddled up underneath some umbrellas up there as they're struggling with the 4-0 lead right now. But the Hope faithful, I would say a lot of the students are maybe sitting nice and cozy in their dorms tonight instead out at the soccer game.
Hope with a 4-0 lead, 22 minutes left in the half on senior night. Goals scored. 2 for Seth Walters, 1 for Jackson Midling. Just in the 3rd minute of this game as that ball falls to Morgan and he'll just dive on the ball. And then the 4th goal is scored by Owen Seidhamel on an Olympico in the first half. Score update, big time score update, as Albion takes the lead against Kelvin with just 25 minutes left to go. They are up 3-2 in a back and forth match over there. Huge MIAA implications as Hope and Kelvin are tied right now in the league. This would put Hope into first place, sole first place, which is a huge deal. If Hope comes away with sole first place, they could host the conference tournament games throughout. Ball played over the top. Van Houw very quick on it. Lohman gets a high boot in on there. Van Houw comes down with it. Plays it back across the middle, but Morgan slides down and it comes away. A dangerous kind of play there by Lohman. He comes up a little gingerly, still kneeling down. But it looks like he's going to get up and be okay.
Yeah, a little awkward. Obviously, he got that ball. By the way, Van Houw. Wow, impressive.
Pacey.
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe Wemby, listen to me. Guess where he's playing? Up top, like I suggested in the first half. He's dangerous. He's definitely dangerous.
Ooh.
Cheeky.
Nice little fake out there as Reyes into the game here on this right-hand side, and Huang will look to throw the ball in. Grigsby plays that ball back. Laird comes down with it. Alcala flicks it on. Midling unable to flick it on. And the Scots are coming the other way, and that ball is just kind of put out of bounds.
Quick note for you, Matt. Jackson Midling, perhaps the toughest guy on Hope College's team, wearing gloves out there for the second half.
Oh, oh my goodness. Laird taking a chance on it. And he's going short sleeve and gloves.
Got to keep those cuticles looking nice.
Sol plays the ball up over the top. Huang finds Sapita in the middle. Grigsby tries to build down this sideline, and Davidson comes away with it. So Davidson starting a trend on the Hope College Flying Dutchman's team. We have 3 different players with gloves on in the Hope's team in the second half, along with Midling and Davidson as Walters.
I see a sponsorship opportunity here, Matt. I know we are a Nike school through and through, but perhaps we maybe could get a glove sponsor. Can we have one?
Midling comes down the sideline. Plays that ball back to Reyes, who finds Alcala. It drops at his feet. He's still battling for it. Sol, wow. Classy move there to get out of the pressure. Didn't feel like he could pick that one up.
I feel like he had to say, hey, guys, watch this before he did that. That was pretty impressive.
Van Howe tries to put that ball to a teammate, but that little pocket of space is just open. And the Dutchmen back four have just been really good at winning the ball and then just taking the air out of it and not letting Alma kind of win it back. And that's really deflating for a team when a back four is that good at settling and then having possession.
Yeah, it kind of feels like maybe a bottle rocket where the fuse just doesn't light, and kind of fizzles out. They've got some energy, but nothing really happens after that.
That's right. The rain is too much for that bottle rocket to really ignite and keep going. The rain, you can even hear it now as Alcala drives at the defense and is just suffocated in that middle. Nice play here, 1v1. Sideham finds Midling, who's looking for a shot from 40 out. I love how he picks his head up and puts the defense kind of on alert. That's a tough tackle. It's going to go out for a throw-in as Swang gets a little cleat by Midling and is calling for one here. That's a rough play there on his ankles, and I'm not sure if he'll stay in the game. Ashley Ord, our trainer, coming out in her rain gear to check out Huang.
Much love to our athletic training staff. Keep in mind, for all these home games, it's not just our own players that we're caring for. It's the away team as well. And so I can remember numerous games with a teammate or an opponent struggling on the field, and the Hope training staff running out, not worrying about whose team it is, but taking care of those players the way they always do.
It's kind of a silly thing, but I'm hoping in the next 20 minutes this rain slows down before I walk to my car. Don't tell me you haven't thought about that same thing. It is coming down hard. I'm shocked these fans have sat in this for so long, but
if you're listening, don't feel too bad for us. We're up in the nice warm booth while everybody else is out in the elements. We'll make it to our car, Matt. I have great faith.
Van Andel Soccer Stadium, one of the premier facilities in Division III soccer to watch a game. Got these cozy seats, soft padded seats in the middle, including the bleachers. Got the new scoreboard across the way. Phenomenal turf field that teams want to come and play on. It's just a great environment to play soccer, no matter what NCAA division you're at.
Yeah, huge shout out to David and Carol Van Andel. Once again, lead donors for this amazing facility. Carol actually at the groundbreaking for our new business building that will be built in the next couple years.
Weigel on the ball. Hope just kind of looking to pick apart the Scots. Reyes kind of wins it back. 16 minutes left here as Sideham drives at the defense. Nice left-footed pass into Midling, who tries to turn on it. Walter's still in this game, comes to this right-hand side as Reyes and Midling kind of sit in that top position. Russ here on this right-hand side, the senior, getting some good minutes in this game. Lohman finds the little pass to Davidson, and he has 20 yards of space as Hope has definitely taken a life out of Alma. I feel like that fourth goal really just kind of flipped the momentum as Alma came out with some high intention in the second half, but once that fourth goal happened, it's been tougher for them to get anything going.
Yeah, we've all played in games like this where sometimes it's just not your day. And so for Alma, I wouldn't say that they've played poorly. Obviously, it's been kind of suffocating for them anywhere beyond the half-field line and getting any offense going. But they're a tough defense, and I'm sure a lot of MIAA opponents, and we've seen that, they haven't lost games by many goals. So I think they lost to Calvin 3-0 or 4-0, so we're right on track with that. But otherwise, they've been in most of their games.
Midling turns on it. Nice cutback, left-footed play there, and that was Michael Whelan just into the game off the substitution, who almost just deflects that back at the goal, and that's another good save by Soul. And while he's been under relentless pressure throughout the game, he has saved some big-time shots there to keep them even in this game at all.
Yeah, and when you're down by a few goals, sometimes as a keeper you can take a mental vacation, but he's stayed sharp. He's a good leader for his team, and he's been doing a great job.
Link on the ball. Moves it to that right side to Lopez. Drives there at Weigel. Puts that ball up over the top. Lohman wins it. And very, very quick for a big man is Jack Lohman.
It was great. There was another where his leg was above his shoulders there to try and clear that ball. Not bad for a big guy.
I got to say, Lohman is just a superior athlete on this team, and it's no wonder he's gotten the minutes that he has as a freshman. You just don't get as many athletes like that at this level. A guy that comes up on the corner kicks, that has a long throw, that can jump with a high vertical. It's impressive to watch, and I think we're watching one of Hope's next great players on this field. I say that obviously not knowing what the future will hold, but he's had a spectacular freshman season.
Yeah, there are a few athletes that, and a quick turnover here. A few athletes at Hope where you see him out on the soccer field or you see him on the basketball court and you think, wow, this guy could play multiple sports.
Yes.
LeBron-esque, if you would. Maybe that seems to be a controversial comment up in the booth. That I think LeBron would be a decent tight end and perhaps a strong center midi.
Weigel driving at it, and he again gets stuffed by Soul, and that's the second one where Soul is just kind of taken away from Weigel. I'm still trying to process seeing LeBron James as a center midfielder, and that's not a vision I can process. The NBA started tonight, first night of the NBA. It's pretty exciting times.
LeBron, close to our age, by the way, playing NBA basketball.
Oh, yeah.
We're in the booth, and he's out on the court, Matt.
He is not out on the court because he's injured right now, and he won't be anytime soon since he's very old at this point. And that ball just misses the goal there. If you can't tell, I'm from Chicago area, so I'm a Bulls fan through and through, and my favorite comment by an athlete is when Joakim Noah talked about Cleveland and said, well, we'll leave it at that. But back to the game, as the rain has kind of slowed down, as hoping that'll be the case as we walk to our cars. But 10 minutes and 55 seconds left, 4-0 to the Dutch. Hope still trying to pour it on as Alma tries to get one back. Brummels plays it over the top. Nice ball to Van Houw. Seidhamel defending, and a nice 1v1 move there, but Seidhamel recovered. Lopez finds the recent sub, number 38, Blake Dorr in the game. Brummels on his left foot, takes a shot. He's blocked by Morrison, and he puts it wide to number 5, Matthew Cervantes. Wow. Lance Pella, we have a Blake Dorr, the freshman from Auburn, Michigan, and his senior brother, Brendan Dorr from Auburn, Michigan, on the same team. Two brothers. Brendan Dorr almost scored earlier in the game on a just unbelievable save by Daniel Morgan. It's nice to see two brothers on the field.
It's a double door, if you will.
A double door, it's...
One opens and the other closes.
When you have two talented brothers in these type of situations, almost like Luke Wilson and Owen Wilson.
Yes.
Yes. Brothers that can do immense talent. First real big movie together, Bottle Rocket by Wes Anderson back in the day.
It's going way back.
Yeah, I know. Seth Walters comes the other way. And we have another goal here in an update from Albion and Calvin, and Albion is up 4-2.
Sports Information Director Extraordinaire Alan Babbitt on it. Not that he enjoys seeing or watching Calvin lose. He's just on top of all scores. MIAA conference is in the balance here. Dutchman up 4-0. Albion up 4-2. Shout out to my best friend from my childhood, Dan Kogut, an Albion grad. The only thing he likes better than beating Calvin is beating Hope.
It just goes to show you how big of a win that was for the Flying Dutchman on Saturday, as Evan Morrison broke the deadlock late in that game in a very, very hard-fought game against the undefeated Albion Britons, as Riker comes in. And Morrison hits off his own player. Finds Walters, who turns on it. Oh, my goodness. That was almost a hat trick, as he's just really wanting that third goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, that glanced off the post.
Wow.
That had some pipage there, so pretty amazing.
I'm checking in with our sports information director to see if Seth Walters has ever had a hat trick in his career.
Substitution.
Yeah.
In the lineup for the Scots, number 24.
I believe, I'm going to check in with Alan Babbitt. He said the last one was Logan's Bilesma. I believe that Griffin Brown had a hat trick a couple years ago.
Was that here at Van Andel Soccer
It was
Stadium?
in a 6-7-0 win against, I believe it was Olivet, potentially. Yeah, I can't remember whether it was 6 or 7 that happened. But
one of those two.
One of those. Walters is really challenging that. He'll get called for a foul. You know, young people love when people over 40 do 6-7. Oh my goodness, this is the first time this has ever happened. Yes, Brownie scored a hat trick. His brother is a senior on this team, and on the walkout tonight, one of his favorite highlights, Reese and Griffin Brown, was that he got to play college soccer with his brother.
Super
and I think
cool.
that is really cool. He's injured this season, which has been really, really tough. Transferred over after playing a season, I believe, at Schoolcraft, and then came over here and just had a great career. Tough to go out with an injury, but another one of our seniors on senior night to celebrate.
Yeah, we've had some pretty awesome brother connections. Once again, it seems like every time I do a broadcast, I get back to the Toohey brothers, but that's my recollection of the best brother combo. I think we should have maybe a top 10 competition about best brothers, the Alcala brothers.
Oh, yes.
The Brown brothers.
Yeah.
The Toohey brothers. We've got to have a few more on the list somewhere.
Were Neal brothers? Were those?
There might have been Neal brothers.
Yeah.
Yep. Rosenbrook brothers. Shout out to Paul and Todd.
Wow. Great play. There, Riker turns on it. Oh, with his right foot. Not enough to get enough on that shot. And that'll go over the end line. Hope just kind of peppering the goal. now in these last 5 minutes and 34 seconds. And if the scores hold right now, Hope will have sole place in the first place in the MIAA. Albion, I believe, will move into that second slot, and Calvin will drop to third.
Which is right where we want them, right? We don't want them in the fourth slot and have to face them. Oh, nice jersey tug.
Okay, Adrian is actually beating Trine, and so does that mean Calvin will drop into the fourth spot, and Adrian and Albion will be tied for three-way tie for second place between Albion, Calvin, and Adrian, with just a few games left to go in the MIAA season.
Shout out from friend and fellow soccer lover and Hope College employee Todd Hoekstra, said the Bush brothers.
Oh yeah,
here at Hope as well.
Conrad and Ben Bush.
Look at that.
Yep.
Shout out to the Peanut Gallery for pitching in and helping us look good.
The Tui brothers came from a place, a land.
Yes, Australia.
Yeah,
a little down under.
Land down under.
Those boys.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Mason High School, that's correct. State champion, Mason High School. Sean, directly from Australia, and Darren spent a little time at Hiram College before coming to Hope.
Nice little play there as Riker tries to play it wide to Davidson. And we have 3 minutes and 49 seconds left in this game as Hope has just taken control not only of the game but the MIAA at this point. And there's just kind of, they're sitting in the driver's seat. Couple really big games to go left in league play, but Hope kind of, what you want is to kind of have your destiny in your own hands and not have it in somebody else's hands.
Yeah, you don't want to watch scoreboards. You want to kick the ball into the goal.
Oh, 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in this game. Brummels plays the ball up the field to Fabino Vasco coming down the other way. Smitley kind of knocks it down. Those back three, Lohman, Smitley, and Sighthamel been in the whole game as that ball is played through to Riker. A little too far as Sol reads that well and keeps it at 4-0. I got to talk about these goals in this game. Game started out in the first 3 minutes. Jackson Midling with a just slow roller to the near post. The rain played a part in that first goal, and Hope was up 1-0.
Shocking to start the game. Shocking.
After that, Weigel took on a few defenders, shot it in the midst of the defenders. Sol knocked it back, and Walters followed it in. It's 2-0, and then Sighthamel has an Olympico goal off of a corner kick that goes straight into the goal. Keeper couldn't do anything about it. It was 3-0. And then coming into the second half, Seth Walters driving across the top of the box against three defenders, puts it with his left foot into that far post as Weigel shoots it, and Sol had it covered, but Weigel with a nice shot there. But Walters puts it in that far corner, and three defenders and the goalie left standing. And that's how we ended up at 4-0 here tonight.
Let's not forget Morgan's amazing save. First into a couple minutes into the second half. We're hoping for a still of that one going up on the Hope College social media pages tonight.
Oh my goodness. And
late goal from Calvin with about 5 minutes remaining.
It's a 4-3 game. Calvin is not to be messed with. A very well coached team by Ryan Souders, who just will fight to the last minute. And Alma fighting to the last minute here as we have 1 minute and 1 second left in this game, looking to get a goal back, and the Dutchman wanting to keep a shutout here as a smart play, letting that run across the middle. You never know what you want to do on that because you don't want to hit it back towards your own goal. It's a tough situation. That's why that ball is such a dangerous cross.
Yeah, you got to have knowledge of who's around you to let that one go through and hope there's not somebody sitting at the back door.
Walters plays it off to Morrison, who is looking to go wide to Davidson, but then picks his head up and tries to find Riker, and that ball just go to Sol. And with 20 seconds left here in this game, Hope on senior night is going to come away with a 4-0 win, and the rain has stopped for a minute just in time for us here, which is great as we end this game. Great night to celebrate our seniors. Hope takes a big win. There's 4 minutes left in the Calvian-Albion game, 4-3, that we are going to keep a watch on. But Hope in first place in the MIAA, and with a 4-0 win. What a game. Lance Pello, is a fun one to call with you tonight. Thanks for being here. It was great.
Matt Margarone, always a joy. Special thanks to all the statisticians and the public address announcers and our sports information director, and special thanks to all of our sponsors here on the Anchor Network. From Van Andel Soccer Stadium, I'm Lance Pello, and you are Matt Margarone.
Oh, yes.
Have a great night.
Some call it naive, others call it foolish, but hope has never been silenced by doubt. Hope is the unquiet heart, stirring, pounding, driving us towards something greater. It leans into what's wrong and lifts up what's right. It teaches, learns, discovers, imagines what could be, and brings it to life. Hope has to start somewhere. Why not here? Why not now? Why not us? The daring ones. Those who provoke possible, trigger curiosity, and incite joy. For us, hope is more than a word. It's a force, and we are its humble ambassadors. From the beginning to now, we don't just believe in hope, we dare to live it. Hope College. Dare to hope.